Hi everyone, it's Chenso from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about Season 3, Episode 8 of Peacock's House of Villains, titled I'm Sorry You Had to See This. Where we last left off, after being targeted with the envelope, Kate saved herself, winning her second supervillain in a row, getting revenge with her first two nominations of Tyson and Tom. Before I dive in, links below to my playlist to catch up on my previous recaps. If you like the content, consider liking, subscribing, and watching along on Peacock. But let's dive into it. We pick back up where we left off. Kate finishes her nominations, choosing Christine as her third nominee, who is absolutely speechless, not out of shock, but out of incompetence. So Tyson, Tom, and Christine are eligible for banishment this week. Kate tells us she logically should have put up New York, but she likes New York and doesn't care if Christine goes home. New York is happy to be safe, but is a bit annoyed with Kate for nominating her allies Tyson and Tom. Christine tells us she's going to rise from the dead like Jesus. Yes, Christine, this situation is strikingly similar to the plot of the story of Jesus. Paul assumes New York's vote while strategizing, which pisses New York off. She tells Paul, they're a stupid, cumbersome bastard who's taking up space. Paul simply agrees. Tyson and Tom strategize. Their plan is to win the redemption challenge, get Paul's vote, and swing the vote onto banishing Christine. So that's their mission for the day. Tom shows us his morning routine, including shaving his forehead. The man does have gorgeous skin. The show calls him American Psycho. Drita and Kate agree that New York is working with Tom and Tyson, which is obvious. They're having a company meeting in clear daylight in the yard. At their meeting, Tyson and Tom present the idea of booting Christine to New York. New York is down. She thinks Christine is playing dumb like Alice in Wonderland. Is Christine more Christ on the cross or more Alice in Wonderland? Sound off in the comments. A mysterious voice pops over the loudspeaker. It definitely doesn't sound like Candy Muse. It's a voice that could be anybody, clear and crystal as day. So they head out to find out what's going on. On the way, Drita, Paul, and Christine agree that Tyson absolutely needs to lose this challenge and get voted out. Drita beats the camera person to death. They head to a warehouse where Candy Muse is hosting. New York is upset that Candy ate her own eyebrows. Candy announces that today is a team challenge, but their teammates will be a blast from the past. Enter their partners. Tom's partner, ex-castmate Tom Schwartz. They're besties, and Kate is happy that Tyson can be jealous of Tom's actual friend. Tyson's teammate is previous Survivor ally Jervis, who mysteriously hasn't aged a day in 25 years. Christine's selling Sunset Divina, who Google says did sell the $75 million house eventually. For their challenge, the nominees need to work together with their partners to guide their ring through a metal maze without touching the beam. If they touch, they have to go back to the start. The first pair to complete this wins safety for their nominee. Tom and Christina and Davina suck at this. It's no shock that survivors Tyson and Jervis are better at this. I had no doubt from the start they'd win, and they do win. So Tyson will be safe from elimination. The final nominees are Tom and Christine. Candy sends them home, but tells them there will be a party later with their friends. Back at the house, all of their potential partners show up. Drita's daughter Aaliyah, who we haven't seen since she was basically a kid on Mob Wives, which is sweet. Kate's coworker Chef Ben from Below Deck is there to help her hate on Tom Sandoval and call him a narcissist sociopath. We've got the reunion of New York and Chance from the I Love New York days. If you have not watched One Mo Chance on Zeus, run, don't walk. It's only $5, maybe 6 from inflation. Then come back here and talk to me about Grandmama and the lore of Rolly. We have Paul's old ally from Big Brother Josh. Paul tells Josh they think they can win a jury vote. Josh tells Paul to go to the end with the guys and take out the strong women. And I swear, every time I give Josh a chance, he comes around to say something to piss me off. Chance is speaking in riddles about the Green Gobbler. I love Chance and still think he and New York are meant to be together forever. Players head to the inflatable club in the yard, which just looks fun. New York and Tyson have a backup plan if they can't get Paul's vote to try to get Kate to break the tie to keep Tom. So New York tries to sway Kate. Kate tells New York if she wants Tom to stay, she can take his place on the block. New York instantly gets pissed off. She's had some wine. She runs to the group at large, telling them, fuck Kate with a long, thick dick. Kate and New York argue on two different levels. New York is on 100, Kate is on negative 25. New York screams, Lucy and Ethel, they dead. At this point, Kate is regretting not nominating New York. Drita's daughter is great support. Drita tells us she was always married, never did anything alone, but now she's going through a divorce and is doing this alone for her family. Candy is stirring the pot, asking for the drama, which isn't hard to find. Kate and Tom quickly start arguing about the letter that was hidden. The loved ones are so confused. Why are they fighting about an envelope? Kate tells Tom if he wanted her vote, this is not the way to get it. Tom and Tom hang out in the super bed. Sandoval plays a horrible tune with his pocket trumpet, so we say goodbye to the loved ones. Goodbye, goodbye, you were bigger than the sky, except Josh, and the game continues. Paul tells New York, Tom, and Tyson that Paul is a loyal ally and is genuinely considering going along with them. Tom tells Paul this is going to make Paul a hero. This hero comment makes Paul actually not want to help them, telling us this show is House of Villains, not House of Hero. But Paul is kind of annoyed with Christine for not trying to campaign. But Tom's behavior at the party isn't winning hearts and minds, and he's spending early morning in his room with Tyson often physically mocking the women. You know things are looking bleak for Tom when he's campaigning to Drita. 5 minutes before the boat, Drita tells us she's chucking Tom in the trash, and Tom meets with Kate, who just stares him down. Tom's like, but I'm trying so hard. I deserve to stay. So they head to the Banishment, with Joel calls the face-off of the makeup-wearing divas. They make their pleas, with Christine saying she's uncompetitive, can't win a challenge, even if she tried. She's speaking in an affected voice that makes New York call her Dr. Seuss. Tom says he wants to be there and apologizes to Kate for yelling at him. She thanks him, which was a very polite exchange for this program, and they get to voting. In the end, Paul didn't flip over to the Tyson side. It's a tie vote for the first time in the show's history, and Kate will make the final decision. And they choose to end this episode on a cliffhanger, which ends the episode. This pissed me off so bad. I hate non-eliminations. This was the second in a row, but especially when Kate is no doubt 100%, I would drop to the floor in shock if she doesn't vote out Tom at this point. Does the show think that because Kate said a simple polite thank you to his apology, that she's going to toss her game, end the game of Paul and Drita, who just voted to support her plan and go against the conversation she had with her friend Chef Ben to keep Tom? Be so for real. This was a decent episode, but boo, tomato, tomato. No respect for the audience. And with that, that's all I have to say about the episode. I'll be back next week to find out that Kate eliminated Tom. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of the episode? Did this ending bother you as much as it bothered me? Probably not as much. But if you like the video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be back next Thursday with more House of Villains. Until then, you know where to find me. Bye.